Hello and welcome to all you Virgos. For those who have a birthday during September, happy birthday to you. What an exciting time it is for all of us during the month of September, not the least because it's your birthday. And as I am a Virgo myself, I'm really excited about the month of September, because a lot of you people are going to have this special thing in their solar return. So especially the people who have a birthday around the middle of September. And I'll explain why that is. So I think for September, the most important thing is the conjunction happening between Venus, Saturn and the North Node, all in Scorpio at 8 degrees. That is really rare, that it's such a very close connection and a close conjunction between those three planets. It's so special that I made a separate video about it. So if you want to know a bit more about that, the meaning of it, more in depth, you can check out the video that I have posted below. So, but what does it mean for Virgo? I'm going to explore it a bit more together with some other stuff happening for you. Well, first of all, what does it mean, this Venus-Saturn going together in your third house? So for you, it's the area that has to do with your thinking, that has to do with understanding stuff. And I know that Virgos, unless you have a lot of planets in Pisces, but I know that most Virgos want to understand why things are the way they are, why things happen, how people are functioning, and they want to try to understand them at the fullest. This month is going to be a month where you are when things are really going to get clearer than ever, or should be getting quite clear, because this constellation is happening in your third house of the mind, the house of the mind, the house of communication, but also the house of getting things, understanding them. So Venus in Scorpio, Saturn in Scorpio, it's a wake-up call for everyone to go for the truth, to go for what is real. So that is an energy that's going to be there, important for the whole month. So we are all, for you in particular, it will be on a very mindful side of your life. Which you like. I mean, Virgos are mostly very much up here and thinking about things and worrying about things sometimes too much. But now it's the time to think about what you really value very much, because Venus is about what we value, what we like. It's in Scorpio, so for all of us we go deep, and for you it's going deep in the thinking processes. Saturn there means hard work, so also the combination of Venus and Saturn, which is really a very exciting, interesting combination, because people who have that in a natal chart, Venus and Saturn together, are very business-like people, are very professional people, or people who can work hard, the Saturn, for what they like, the Venus. So, and now it's in Scorpio, it's going very deeply to get what you want, and the North Node there shows that people are going to wake up for the future, are going to get real with that. So everything that's superficial, that's not true, Scorpio really doesn't like that. And for you, it's your thinking. You are going to the root of the matter, and you are going to find your truth. Of course, everyone's truth is different depending on the pair of glasses that they wear. But for you, it's gonna be your truth, and you are going to see epiphanies, and if you work hard for it, because Saturn is also the hard-working planet. Now that's one thing. On the other hand, there is another thing which is really interesting during September. It's the trine with Neptune. So we all have this Saturn-Neptune trine going on, and Neptune is in your 7th house. So a lot of, especially the Virgo ascendant signs, if you have a Virgo rising, and especially between 0 to 10 degrees, you are attracting Neptunian people in your life who can teach you a bit of being more with the flow and being more open for things that we may not see. But sometimes for a Virgo that's very confusing. That's why it is this opposition, and Virgo and Neptune, it's not really the best combination. But that doesn't mean to say that they can learn a lot from it. And now with this Saturn and this Venus North Node thing happening in the 3rd house, they get those epiphanies and they get the understanding of what it is all about. Probably through a person who's very close to them. And if you are single, it can be someone who you think is really important for you, and who can really teach you something about opening the boundaries, but really understanding very well what you want from life and what is very truthful for you. So what a month for the Virgos. What an exciting month that is. And you also have a new moon in your sign. So on the 5th of the month, you will have a new moon in Virgo on 13 degrees. So all of you who have planets between 10 to 15, 16 degrees of Virgo, you will have the sense of a new beginning. You will have a sense of a new start, a new cycle. You will have a sense of a new understanding, new things that you're getting now, and that you may have been thinking about such a long time and was a bit confusing. But now it's really getting its structure, and you really do like that, you know, the order into the chaos. So that's really nice. You're going to have a full moon in your opposite sign, which is Pisces, at the 19th at 26 degrees. So again, if you've got around planets at the very end of Virgo, you will sense that very much. That person who is close to you will show its emotional side, and it can be, again, when you are together with someone, a rather emotional but a beautiful opening up of that other person towards you, and therefore you opening up a bit more as well. If you are single, something can happen around the relationships, because there's a new moon in your sign and there's a full moon in that opposite sign. So if you are single, there is opportunity to meet someone new, and that could be the very start of a very interesting relationship. Other days, your ruler, which is Mercury, is also going in that house of understanding in Scorpio, and will also shift to the Libra house, which shows there is going to be for you also a month of transformations. Why is that? Because Mercury is your ruler, and it's going to hit Uranus around the 16th. It's going to hit Pluto the day before, the 15th. So first Pluto, then Uranus, and then Jupiter. What does it mean? Pluto, Uranus, it's about transformation, it's about new stuff coming in, it's about sudden events that can happen to you, that transform you, that change you on a deep level, because Mercury, as I said, is your ruler, and when it touches Pluto or Uranus, it means that you are changing a lot on a deep level. It also squares with Jupiter on the 20th, and Jupiter is the ruler of your opposite sign. So maybe you're having this idea that is very bright, and that is very open, and that is brought to you by that other person who is close to you. Whatever it is, the most important thing is that Saturn, Venus thing, North Node thing going on in your 3rd house, which is all about that getting it, and getting to the real stuff of life, I think. What else? Well, for all of us, this Venus-Saturn thing, I associate that with this kind of stone, which is called, I think, jade, that's my in my language, but I think it's jade or something. It's green. It's always very cold. It's always very fresh. It's very nice for summertime because it's always a cold stone. I associate that with the Venus Saturn, which is so committing, which is so loyal. And you Virgos also have that loyalty in you and that being of service in you. So I think it's a good stone for the month of September. It also means wisdom, and it also means courage. So this Venus Saturn will is actually a wise combination as well. Maybe you are going to meet in your neighborhood a kind of a Venus Saturn type person who is very wise, who is maybe a little bit older than you, but not necessarily, but who's got this wise, gentle aura, and will help you to understand the things that you think are important. And they don't have to be bombastic, and they don't have to be anything like that, but it's for you in particular on a very personal level. On another level, the third house is of course also the learning house. So it's a very good time in September. I don't know how it is in your country. In my country in September they start school again. So it's a good time for you to start taking a new course or studying something or teaching yourself even. Because this house of communication, this house of learning is emphasized, so it's a good time as well to learn. And I know that Virgos normally are very curious to learn something new. So a very exciting month for you Virgos. Please do take advantage of the fact that this Saturn and this Neptune are working together. This dream coming true, that is possible through the hard work and the truthfulness of what you are all about and what you think is very truthful. So, wishing you all the best, dear Virgos, and see you next time. Bye bye.